Hello everyone, welcome back to Shruti IAS, now Madat IAS. This is part 11 of direct sources of each question asked from polity, specifically from Lakshmikanth book, which is our main source of preparation. What we are doing here is marking out all the questions that have been asked in UPSC Prelims in the last 20 years in our book directly, so that when we are revising Lakshmikant towards the end of our days when prelims is very near, we at least revise the parts which have already been asked. I apologize for not being able to put out any videos in the last few weeks as I was dealing with a personal loss and an emergency. But now that I'm back, within the week we are going to wrap up till 2024, and I have seen all the messages. I'm going to start doing it for geography as well. Uh, other subjects have been mentioned by a lot of you in the comments, but we're going to wrap up polity first within this week. I'll try to put out at least 2 videos a day, and then we're going to move on to geography, marking all the questions that have been at least asked from NCRT or GC Leong. Okay, starting with question number 1 for the 2015 paper. Consider the following statements regarding the directive principles of state policy. The principles spell out the socio-economic democracy in the country. The provisions contained in these principles are not enforceable by any court. For this, we go to chapter 9, DPSPs, page number 108. Under features of DPSP, point number 3, the DPSP constitute a very comprehensive economic, social and political program for modern democratic state. They aim at realizing high ideals of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity as outlined in the Constitution. Now this is basically statement 1, so 1 becomes correct. For point number 4, the directive principles are non-justiciable in nature, that is, they are not legally enforceable by the courts for their violation. Therefore, the government cannot be compelled to implement them. Again, statement 2 becomes correct. Answer becomes C, both 1 and 2. Coming to question number 2, the topic is Rajya Sabha. Consider the following statements. The Rajya Sabha has no power either to reject or amend a money bill. For this, we go to chapter 23, Parliament, page number 248. After money bill is passed by Lok Sabha, it is transmitted to the Rajya Sabha for its consideration. The Rajya Sabha has restricted powers with regards to money bill. It cannot reject or amend a money bill. Statement 1 becomes correct. For statement 2, the Rajya Sabha cannot vote on demand for grants. We come to the same chapter, page number 251. Under budget in parliament, the constitutional provisions, point number 7, part B. The Rajya Sabha has no power to vote on demand for grants. It is the exclusive privilege of Lok Sabha. Again, statement 2 becomes correct here. For the third statement, the Rajya Sabha cannot discuss the annual financial statement. Now here we have seen that it can only make recommendations. It makes recommendations by annual financial statement is the budget. Now we can check in the budget part also, and here in money bill also it's written that the Rajya Sabha can discuss the annual financial statement. It's not written in these words, but it can discuss it, which is why it's giving recommendations. It cannot reject it, right? So the answer, question number 3, point number 3 becomes incorrect. The answer becomes B, 1 and 2 only. Coming to question number 3, the Government of India Act of 1919 clearly defines. For this, we simply go to chapter 1, historical background, page number 6, under Government of India Act. The Act relaxes the central control over the provinces. The central and the provincial legislatures were authorized to make laws on their respective list of subjects. However, the structure of the government continued to be centralized and unitary. We can see here, out of all the 4 points, the powers of Secretary of State of India and Viceroy, the separation of power between judiciary and legislature, B is the most appropriate option because it talks about the jurisdiction of central and provincial governments. And here also we can see that, how the powers were divided between the centralist and the provisional legislature. The subjects were divided between these two parts. The answer becomes B. Coming to question number 4, the topic is joint sitting. When a bill is referred to a joint sitting of both houses of the parliament, it has to be passed by. For this, we come to chapter 23, again Parliament, page number 250. Under joint sitting of the two houses, last paragraph on the left side, the quorum to constitute is 1/10 of the total house of the members of the two houses. The joint sitting is governed by rules of procedure of Lok Sabha and not Rajya Sabha. If a bill in dispute is passed by majority of the total number of members of the both houses present and voting in the joint sitting, the bill is deemed to have been passed by the House. Nowhere it is written that the 3/4 majority has to be there, 2/3 has to be there, or absolute majority has to be there. Simply by a majority of the members present and voting, and the quorum stands at 1/10 of the total number of members of the two houses. Answer becomes A. Coming to question number 5, the topic is Niti Aayog. The government of India has established Niti Aayog to replace. I mean, we don't even have to go to the book. The answer becomes directly Planning Commission. Still, chapter 56, Niti Aayog, page number 465. We can see. Coming to question number 5, question number 6, President and the Civil Services Board. Consider the following statements. The executive power of the Union of India is vested in the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the Civil Services Board, right? Now for this, for the first point, we go to chapter 18, President, page number 110 and 201. Okay. So it's also on 110 and 201 both. I think I've written something wrong here. Any which ways. The powers and the functions of the President, executive powers, point number A, all executive actions of the Government of India are formally taken in his or her name. Also, towards the end of the chapter, the list of articles is given. Article 53 is executive power of the Union. Here it's written the executive power of the Union vested in Prime Minister becomes incorrect. It's vested in the President. For point number 2, the Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the Civil Services Board. Now this is incorrect. I think it's the Cabinet Secretary, and also this is not given in Lakshmikanth. So our answer here becomes D, neither 1, neither 2. Coming to question number 7, the topic is schedules. The provisions in 5th schedule and the 6th schedule in the Constitution are made in the order to chapter number 4, salient features of the Constitution, page number 40. 5th schedule, provisions relating to administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes. 6th schedule, provisions related to administration of tribal areas and states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Our answer becomes A, protect the interest of scheduled tribes. Coming to question number 8, the topic is budget. See, now said technically this answer should be in Lakshmikanth, I mean some part of it at least, but I could not find it directly, which is why I have not written the source here. Any which ways, let us just do the answer for this one. The Department of Revenue is responsible for the preparation of Union budget that is presented to the Parliament. No. Department of Economic Affairs is responsible, so 1 is incorrect. All the disbursements made from the public account also need authorization of Parliament of India. This is also incorrect. All the disbursements do not need authorization from the public account, do not need the authorization of Parliament. 2 is correct. No amount can be withdrawn from Consolidated Fund of India without the authorization of Parliament of India. Now, of course, if we read the budget part in the Parliament chapter 23, we will find this answer. I could not find it. I was trying to make this video faster. So, any which ways, the answer is 2 only. This is a correct statement. Both of these are incorrect. I've given you why they are incorrect as well. Coming to which of the following is the custodian of the Constitution of India. Now, this is fairly simple. The answer is Supreme Court of India. We know this from Lakshmikanth and from NCRTs. But this is not given line by line in Lakshmikanth, which is why I have not put the chapter number or anything here. Coming to question number 10, the topic is classical languages. Which one of the following was given a classical language status recently? For this, we go to chapter 73, official languages. Page number 543, the list of classical languages is given. Odia was added in 2014. Answer becomes Odia. Coming to question number 11, state legislature. Consider the following statement. The Legislative Council of the state in India can be larger in size than half of the Legislative Assembly of that particular state. The governor of the state nominates the chairman of the Legislative Council of that particular state. Sure. We come to chapter 33, state legislature, page number 336, and for the second point, we come to page number 340. Composition of council. Unlike the members of the Legislative Assembly, the members of the Legislature Council are indirectly elected. The maximum strength of the council is fixed at 1/3 of the total strength of the assembly, and the minimum is fixed at 40. Maximum is 1/3 of the total strength of the assembly. So this one is incorrect. For second, we come to page number 340, chairman of the council. The chairman is elected by the council itself from amongst its members, not elected by the governor. Again, answer is D, neither 1 nor 2. Coming to question number 12, fundamental duties, chapter 10, fundamental duties, page number 120. List of fundamental duties are given: to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, point number 3. Third fundamental duty is given here as a question. Coming to question number 13. Now, see, this is a fairly simple question. actually, but still, if we see word by word, it is not given, like, the fundamental object of Panchayati Raj system is this. But still, let us try to find this answer. We come to chapter 39, page number 285. Under evolution of Panchayati Raj system under Balwant Rai Mehta committee, it's very clearly given the recommendation and the establishment of the scheme of democratic decentralization is ultimately known as Panchayati Raj. So C becomes correct. 1 becomes correct because people's participation in development. Now this is given here and there in this chapter as well. Political accountability and financial mobilization are not directly given anywhere. But still, this is a bit of a confusing question. Answer here, the official answer here is 1 and 3 only, where democratic decentralization is directly given in the book. People's participation in development is given here and there, not directly given, but still here and there. 2 and 4 are not given, but they could have been correct, but UPSC has only taken 1 and 3 as the correct answer. Coming to question number 14, the topic is DPSP. The ideal of welfare state in the Indian constitution is enshrined in. For this, we come to chapter 9, page number 108, point number 3. The directive principle constitute a comprehensive economic, social, chapter 9 is DPSPs only, social and political program for modern democratic state. They aim at realizing the ideals of justice, liberty, equality, fraternity as outlined in the preamble to the constitution. They embody the concept of welfare state and not that of a police state. Answer becomes directly directive principles of state policy, welfare state. Coming to question number 15, parliamentary government. Chapter number 4 has the answer for this one. Chapter 4 is salient features of the constitution. Page number 29, parliamentary government. There is a parliamentary system of government in India because features of the parliamentary government are directly given here. We check point number, just give me a second. C, collective responsibility of the executive to the legislature. D here, Council of Ministers is responsible to the Lok Sabha. Right? Now, I think we are fairly done with this video. I am going to upload the 2016 and 17 video itself today. Let me know if there are any doubts.